Well, ladies and gentlemen, I will answer two questions for you today. Number one, should you keep your C8 Corvette Allocation and not wait on the Z06? And number two, will the C8 Z06 even be worth waiting for? Now, before we get started, I would first like to give a huge shout out to FVS. These guys are responsible for this amazing C8 Z06 render. They are over on the Mid-Engine Corvette forum, and they have always done an excellent job with their C8 renders. Hit that thumbs up button if you love this render. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to my boy Clarence over at Speed 252. If you haven't checked out his channel yet, make sure to check it out and give him a sub. Okay, let's get started with the video. Today, ladies and gentlemen, my whole goal is to help anyone out there who is struggling with the decision of whether they should keep their 2020 or 2021 C8 allocation or cancel them and wait on the C8 Z06. So hopefully this will help some of you with your difficult decision. As you know, production has already started. And if you are one of those out there that hasn't received a TPW date yet, you may be asking yourself a couple questions. Number one, when will I get the TPW phone call from my dealership and finally have a build date? And number two, will my order get pushed back to a 2021 model? These are both questions that I keep seeing in the YouTube comment section and on the forum. The next statements that I'm seeing are, maybe I'll just cancel my C8 order and wait on the Z06. And I've already canceled my C8 order. I now have a deposit down on a Z06. These are two statements that I keep seeing out there. And yes, that's right. For those who don't already know this, a lot of dealerships are already taking Z06 deposits, my dealership being one of them. So before I get into what you should or shouldn't do, let's talk about a few more things that I think will ultimately help in this difficult decision. First of all, none of us know when GM will be releasing the C8 Z06. So let's use history as our guide. Let's start with the last two generations of Z06s. The C6 was introduced in 2005, and the C6 Z06 came 1 year later in 2006. The C7 was introduced in 2014, and the C7 Z06 also came 1 year later in 2015. I would say these are two very good reasons to think that we will see a C8 Z06 1 year after the 2020 Stingray. On top of that, we are clearly seeing a lot of pictures and video of what is thought to be the next Z06 all over the internet. Keeping that in mind, GM isn't messing around or delaying their next model of C8. They are being proactive about this Z06 for sure. So with all of this being said, I'm betting we will see a C8 Z06 in 2021, and I would say early fall of 2021 is when we will see it. For those of you out there that didn't really have any idea when we would see the next Z06, I hope this has helped clear that up. Next, let's discuss what factors should be considered before you cancel your order. Number one, will this be your first Corvette? If so, you may want to consider the fact that this Stingray is already a supercar and is already more power than 99% of this world will ever need. It also has an amazing look as well, and you will be able to improve on that with many different aftermarket manufacturers. If you are a current Corvette owner or have owned them in the past, this decision will be easier to make for sure. Number two, what is it about the Z06 that grabs your attention? The looks, the power, or both? So if you're a track enthusiast, the Z06 might appeal to you more than the base model Stingray, and I can totally relate to that. However, if you're buying this to daily drive, will you pay $20 to $30K more just for the power, looks, and bragging rights of owning a Z06? Number 3, what are the differences between a Stingray and a Z06? Again, using history as our guide, the differences between the C7 Stingray and Z06 are: with the Z06 you get a wide body, magnetic ride, more horsepower, wider tires, more aggressive aero, a much more capable track car, and a Z07 package with carbon ceramic brakes. I would expect the C8 Z06 to have all of these and more over the Stingray. So, will the C8 Stingray fit all of your needs now? Probably. And could you go another year without a mid-engine Corvette in your world? I don't know. That's something you have to ask yourself. Also, keep in mind that I have only owned Z06s until now. With the purchase of my new C8, it will be the first time that I've owned a base model Corvette. But I'm not even concerned about loss of power. Like I said in the beginning, this base model C8 Stingray is a supercar. Now, let's discuss another scenario. Can you afford both? As in keeping your C8 Allocation and enjoying it until the Z06 comes out, and then trading it in for the new Z06. Now really what I mean when I say can you afford both, can you afford the depreciation hit that you will take for owning the C8 a year and then trading it in? Now I don't know if you've heard about this yet, but Kelley Blue Book posted an article about their prediction of the first 5 years of depreciation on the new 2020 C8, and their conclusion is great. Kelley Blue Book predicted that the C8 will land somewhere in the top 10 of least depreciating cars over the next 5 years, stating that it will have less than a 50% depreciation in this time. This would mean that it will be somewhere around 10% a year, which would mean that someone like me will lose about $7,600 my first year of ownership. Also, I will have paid off $10K in the first year of ownership, so I should owe less than my car is worth at that time. This, in my humble opinion, is great news for anyone out there that is wondering if this scenario is wise to do. To be able to drive and enjoy the new mid-engine C8 for a year plus, and then to get what you owe or more than you owe when you trade it up for the Z06 is fantastic news. Now, if you are the one out there that doesn't want to or can't afford to buy both and has to make a choice real soon on what to do, I hope everything that we have already talked about will help you. If you still need more help, here are a few more things to consider. How much is your current C8 build? If you are in the neighborhood of 85 to 95K or more, the Z06 won't be much more. However, if you're in the 65 to 75K range, you will have sticker shock with the Z06 price. I've already predicted the price to fall somewhere between 93 and 95K, but there are others that say it will be higher. Keep in mind, if you didn't have the money to build your Stingray to an 85 to 95K car, it's going to be hard to swallow a higher number with the Z06. So, should you cancel your order and wait on the Z06? For most people, probably not. Should you keep your C8 Allocation and trade it in when the Z06 comes out? A few people will do this, yes. But if you keep your C8 Allocation, will you even want to get rid of it when the Z06 comes out? Most will not. Plus, where does it end? Are you going to keep trading up to the ZR1 and then the Zora? Most won't be able to do that either. So with all of that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this helps with your decision. I hope it sheds some light on areas that you weren't sure about or knew nothing about. As you know, I really enjoy making videos that not only show the greatness of cars, but also help people in making their decisions for buying these great cars. And so, again, I really hope that this helped you. I love educating people, especially about Corvettes. And so if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give me a big thumbs up and leave me a comment below letting me know if it truly helped with your decision process. Also, if you are new to the channel and like what you heard, please consider joining the Brink of Speed community. We would love to have you. We're growing fast and we're trying to hit 20,000 subs in the next couple of months. So make sure to hit that red subscribe and bell notification so that you're notified when my new content comes out. I hope each and every one of you has a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you out on the road.